Welcome back to Mad Talks Football, and Arsenal have finally done it. They have qualified for the Champions League next season, and they are going to finish as second in the league as they defeated Newcastle 1-0 at the Emirates earlier today. I mean, it was not a performance that Arsenal should be proud of. I am going to say it right there. It was quite a bad performance, and in a way, like the Arsenal players and the manager felt it as well, and I mean they know that as well, that it was not a good performance from them. I mean, there was only one person who really stepped up for that game, and I mean, because of him, we won that game, and that was David Raya. I mean, if your goalkeeper is the man of the match of your team, you just know that you were really poor. I could sit here and I could name about 8 players that just started the game that were shambolic today. Like I am not gonna hold back. I understand the season is basically done. Your mind is not there, but still it was a massive game. And this is the reason why we were in such a crucial position because the last month or so in the Premier League, since it has sort of been announced that they are not going to win the league, the Arsenal players have not really turned up for the Premier League games. In the last 7 games, this was our first win. That just shows how poor Arsenal have been in the Premier League for the last couple of months. I sort of get the concentration of was towards the Champions League after winning the first leg against Real Madrid, and it sort of became clear that Liverpool were going to win the league. So all the attention was towards the Champions League. But I said that a couple of weeks ago that it doesn't matter if if your concentration is towards the Champions League, you still need to win this game and make sure that you qualify for the for next year's Champions League. And they had to finish second. I mean, there was no question about it. The Arsenal had to finish second. If not winning the league, they needed to make sure that they finish second, because if they wouldn't have, that would have been really embarrassing for the club. And in that way, I'm quite glad that we are going to finish as second. I know people are going to banter that it is our 3rd year in a row, and it is going to be our 3rd year in a row we are getting the second place trophy. But I'm not going to take that to heart, because Liverpool went through this, and Liverpool fans can gloat all they want when the rivalry between Manchester City and Liverpool was there. They finished for about 3 years in a row. They finished second as well. Eventually, they won the title. They won the title this year as well. So for me personally, I always see this as a positive thing. We went into the Champions League a semi-final. We finished as second. It was a really good season. We are going to finish the season trophyless. So the questions are going to be asked, and despite all the stuff that happened, I really like what Arteta said at the end of the game, that the amount of injuries that we have had and the decisions that went against us. People are going to say Arsenal fans are mourning and crying again, but it is a fact. So many things went wrong for Arsenal this season. The injuries were there, the decisions were there, and of course our board fucked us up over in the January transfer window. If we had really gone ahead and smashed the cash and buy a good player, buy a striker, that would have really helped Arsenal. There were so many games at the latter part of the series where we should have won that. We should have won, but because of not having a striker, we were not able to do. And even today, I mean, we really did not have a focal point. We really did not know what to do going forward today, because there was nobody at the front. I mean, it was a really poor game. We are lucky that Declan Rice has a really a nice right foot that he was able to score yet again. This is why you pay a big bucks, and this again brings me back to my point of Arsenal not splashing the cash in January. If we would have done that, we would have gotten a good player, and maybe we go ahead and we win the league, or maybe we win the Champions League as well. Something could have happened, but unfortunately it did not happen. So now the season is done. It's stupid to cry over split milk, but it just feels you just feel like you're hard done by that. There was a chance there where we could have gone ahead and done something, but unfortunately we were just short-handed by our board. They were not really willing to go ahead and invest in the club, and that has really hurt them. But I'm glad. As I said, I still see this as a progress. Or last couple of 2 seasons ago, we were not in the Champions League. This year, we almost went to the final. We were in the last round, and we played really good football. And we defeated the holders in emphatic way. We went to Bernabeu. We defeated them there. We defeated them at home. Paris Saint-Germain, against Paris Saint-Germain as well. I mean, it was a really good game offered by them. It's not like that we got completely rolled over by PSG. PSG. It was not like that in the league as well. They are, I'm really heartbroken about the league, especially to be very honest, because I really thought that this was the year. And if I'm being very honest, again, I'm gonna say, the start that we had, I can sit here and I can still now I can talk about 15 points that were stolen from Arsenal. And I know people are not gonna people are gonna banter, people are not gonna accept it, but it is a fact. But it is what it is. As I said, it is the season is done. Today, the main fact, the thing was that we needed to get the 3 points, and I'm really glad that we did, because Newcastle were all over us. As I said, David Raya was the man of the match. The way that he made those saves, I mean, it was a world-class performance for him. I mean, credit to Newcastle. They came to us, and I said that in my in my prediction video as well, that it is going to be a very, very tough game. And I said it was, my prediction was a 1-0 win for Arsenal. I said Newcastle are going to come. They are going to be the confident side. Arsenal are not going to be the confident side. They are going to be under a lot of pressure. Let's be very honest. The pressure was on Arsenal. Everybody was going to take the mickey out of us if we would have not finished second. If we somehow would have finished outside of the top two, that would have been really, really embarrassing, as I said before. So all the pressure was on Arsenal, and you could see with the performances that the players gave. And I'm not gonna pinpoint as one player, because as I said, I could name about 8 of them that had a horrendous game today. Only the defense was good, and that, as I said, if your goalkeeper is the man of is the man of the match of your team, and the only the shining players are the defensive players, that just shows how much of a bad performance offensively you give. I mean, Kivior and Calafiori, once Saliba went off, I mean, they were immense. I think both the fullbacks had a great game, but apart from that, it was for in the midfield, in the attack, nothing really worked for Arsenal. And again, I'm going to say thankful to Declan Rice that he somehow managed to pull that out of his bag and secured us a win. Because to be honest, we really did not deserve to win that game. I really thought that I was happy to take a draw, especially with that first half performance. I mean, I got so much credit to David Raya, the saves that he pulled, and he really deserves to get that golden glove. He is now tied, and somehow I really hope that he ends up winning it. Our last game is against Southampton, so there's a big chance that he gets to keep a clean sheet there as well. But as I said, a great, not a great performance. To be very honest, I'm going to say it was a pathetic performance from Arsenal, but a great result for Arsenal, and they qualify for the Champions League. Newcastle now, it is going to be, they are going to feel hard done by, because they were the better side. But now it gets really exciting. They are tied on points with Chelsea, with Aston Villa. City are a point behind, and Forest are a point behind, but City have a game in hand that they're going to play on Tuesday. Those Champions League places, I mean, now 2 are done, 3 places still up for grabs, and you have about 5 teams fighting it out. So it is going to be really interesting. The last, game day next Sunday is going to be really impressive. But before that, I mean, City are still yet to play. If they end up winning that game, so that gives them an advantage as well. But you never know in football, they are going to play against a Bournemouth side, or who themselves are going to looking to finish in the top 10. So that game is going to be really interesting. But for Arsenal, a great night, and they are going to be in the Champions League. So yeah, that's it for me in this video. Let me know what you guys thought of the game, what you guys thought of Arsenal performance, and who do you think is going to join Arsenal and Liverpool from the Premier League into the Champions League next season. Let me know in the comment section below. Like the video, share it as well. Click on the notification bell, and of course subscribe to the channel. I'm trying to get to 500 subscribers before the end of the season. The target is 31st of May, but the Champions League night. Before that, I want to reach 500 subscribers. So please go ahead and subscribe and help the channel out. Until next time, bye bye.